Hey everybody, it's Mango from Mango Reviews, and today I got something different. It's actually a movie review that a friend asked me to do. Um, Me and my wife watched the movie a few weeks ago. It's called Whispers of the Witching Hour, which is by Tommy Jackson. I believe it was done in 2025, so it's from last year. It's a horror movie. It was on Tubi, but I also believe it's on other streaming services as well. But we watched it on Tubi. It was fine. It had some commercials, which was kind of annoying because there were a lot of them. But that's okay. A couple things I want to say straight off. This is going to be. I've never done a movie review before. I've talked about movies. I love movies. But I've never done a critique or movie review. I've done some music reactions and things like that on this channel. I've never done a movie reaction. So I'm going to be honest though. The movie was filmed beautifully. The cinematography was amazing. I'll get that out of the way. If you're looking for a movie that looks beautiful, that the scenes are well lit. Well, I wouldn't say well lit. The scenes are beautiful. There's some scenes with candles on the interior that are filmed really well, which I know it's very hard to do that. It's just, I think it's Tommy Jackson. He's the director. He wrote it. He filmed it. He edited it. He did a very good job of how the movie looked. And that, I will say, was done very well. It's amazing. I'm not sure where in his career he's at, but this movie looks good. It was edited well. The sound is done well. The sets are beautiful. The costume design is great. Some of the makeup, okay, it's a horror movie and there's a witch in it. Some of the makeup, it's a low budget movie. I wouldn't consider it a B movie because it's not that kind of movie. I would just say it's low budget because it's more of an independent movie. It's not a big blockbuster movie. So I wouldn't consider it a B movie. I would consider it like an A movie with B, I guess, financing. But I don't want to say a lot about the movie's story because I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to. But I'll say this: the story, the dialogue, anyways. I'm going to be honest. I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. But if I'm going to critique something, I'm going to be honest. And the story, or at least the dialogue, could have been finessed a little bit. I'm not a writer. My wife is a writer, though. And if she did this video, this critique, I think she would be a lot more harsh on the story and the dialogue. I thought the story was fine. I thought the story was good. I thought the story, it was a good horror movie. Out of all the horror movies I've seen, is there better horror movies? Yes. But this one has the atmosphere that he portrays. He does a really good job with atmosphere, with tone, with lighting, with the way it looks. Just the dialogue was probably the weakest part, and tell you the truth, some of the acting. I wouldn't say the actors themselves, but some of the acting didn't feel like they were portraying exactly what they needed to portray in each scene. Nothing felt forced, though. It just felt like, there were some scenes where it just didn't feel like they were, maybe the director could have said, you know what, let's try this or let's try that. I don't want to. I've done some movies, just some very short movies that I've done myself. I was the actor, so I'm just going this off of a viewer, off of a person who loves movies, and I hope this, can help the director, writer, in the future. I'm not, if I'm a graphic designer by profession. I get critiqued all day, every day, on every single piece I make. And when I was younger, it was hard. But I've learned a lot from those critiques. I've learned what direction and I should take things in, So, in this, I guess in the art world, you kind of have to have thick skin, but at the same time, you have to learn from the critiques. So, I don't want to be this guy who just comes on here and says, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. Don't even waste your time. No, I'm not going to do that because it's not that kind of movie. I would say if you love movies, like I love movies, I'll watch pretty much any movie. But if you love movies, and especially if you love the craft of making movies, I think you'll enjoy this movie. Because, like I said, it's filmed beautifully. I just want to say, I enjoyed the movie. I think I enjoyed it more than my wife did. She's kind of I guess you can call her like a movie snob. She's very critical of things, especially writing and dialogue. Since she's a writer, I think she critiques everything that has anything that has words in it, and she's a very good writer. I mean, she has a lot of short stories that I would love to turn into either animations or movies. But I would love to have somebody take one of her short stories and do something bigger with it. I'm not asking to. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not saying, hey Tommy, why don't you have my wife help you out with the story or something. That's not what I'm doing. But I'll say again, filmed beautifully. Set design, phenomenal. Location, just the location is beautiful. Some of the drone shots that he has are just amazing, and I could sit here and watch this. I have a pretty, as you can see behind me, I have a large, pretty large projection screen, and we were watching it. It was an HD, and through Tubi, it looked really good, and I really appreciated the look and the atmosphere that he portrayed. So I'm not going to say too much more about it. But I will say there was one person that really stood out, and it was the one that played the witch. I guess the young witch. I'm not sure. There's I don't want to get too much into the story, but she did a really good job portraying who she was, and even her dialogue was better than kind of the rest, and that really pushed pushed the whole thing up. So I'm gonna say, like, out of 0 to 10, 10 being the best, I'm gonna give this a 7. Because I think just because of how it looked. The story is good, but there are some things that, like I said, the dialogue could have been better. The acting could have been pushed a little bit further. And I think this is, this guy's young. I'm an old man. Look at this thing. This guy's young, but I think he has a great future. I think he has some other movies that he's coming out with, and I look forward to watching his other movies. And so, Tommy Jackson, I hope you didn't take offense to any of this, but like I said, 7 out of 10. I recommend it. It's, if you're a fan of film and if you just like movies in general, go watch it. It's Whispers of the Witching Hour, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. So, there's a couple things, but overall, I liked it. 7 out of 10. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the review. I'll probably do more. Leave some comments down there so you can tell me what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right. Because I want to. I need critique too. So just let me know, and we'll see you next time. Again, this is Mango with Mango Reviews. Thanks for watching.